Good evening and welcome to day 3 of the Fluent Morse in 3 months challenge. My challenge to reach a level of fluency in Morse sending and receiving such that I can have a non-trivial QSO. So I had promised to put together some presentation material on the reverse beacon network. I made some progress on that, but today's been a really busy day at work. So it's probably not quite there, but yeah, it's not far off. But I do have some various things to report. It's been an interesting day. I've done plenty of practice and I've had some good experiences. So one of the things that I've done is I've joined FISTS. So FISTS is an organization for people who want to promote the learning and supporting of people learning Morse. It's a subscription kind of club, and I became aware of it through sort of reading around the subject, and so I have joined. Now, one of the things that the FISTS organization does is it provides volunteer people who are prepared to have conversations with you or practice Morse with you, which is very important to me and very useful. When I learned French for my Fluent in 3 months challenge, I found scheduling regular conversation practice was really critical. So I felt it was probably a very good idea to do the same thing in Morse. So today was very interesting. I sent an email out to a few people on the list who sounded nice, sounded like the right kind of person, right sort of locality. And yeah, I got some responses. And I joined a call with one fellow and 2 of his students. I didn't have a great deal of time. I was a bit pressed for time because I had a lot of work commitments. But started off with some plain language listening, which was very difficult. It was sent at a fairly significant pace, but I still, I don't know the entire alphabet. There, I know considerably more than half, but not kind of instantly. So I found that hard, and I found that I'm getting into a situation where if I miss a couple of letters, I'm sort of trying to think back, and then before I know it, a few have gone by, and so I think that's a habit I need to get out of. The other interesting thing was the person hosting this conversation held the view firmly that I should get a straight key rather than a paddle. I'm sure that this debate is as old as the hills. I don't mind having a go on a straight key, but I'm also quite keen to not hold myself back. I'm sure there are good reasons for and good reasons not for, but I think that for me more important is to be feeling like I'm able to get some communication done, and I don't feel very enthusiastic about struggling not only to remember and communicate the letter timings and beats, but to actually get the 3 and the 1 completely right, and the sort of doing things with the hand. It doesn't feel right to me. I'm not going to be closed-minded about it, but it didn't feel like the right thing. So we'll see. Now, I then did manage to have an online QSO with one of the people on the organization in that gathering in the morning. So we arranged to meet on 2 meters a little bit later in the day, and we had a brief conversation. I was not very well prepared because I was rushing and turned up and I didn't have a pad and I hadn't prepared anything, so it was a bit of a car crash. But actually, I got something out of it, and I enjoyed it, and I did feel a bit encouraged. And then later in the day, another person arranged to have a call with me, or not a call, but you know what I mean, on 40 meters. So we arranged a time for a sked, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make contact, or whether it was conditions propagation. There was also a contest starting up. So that didn't happen. But the good thing was that I did manage to put in a fair amount of practice reviewing my script and reviewing some of the some of the protocols and various other bits and pieces that might be useful for initial QSOs. And so that was good, and I felt somewhat confident. And then I stuck around and listened to the contest and tuned around a little bit. And I nearly had a conversation. There was a person broadcasting from the Netherlands, pretty slow, not a strong signal. I was just about able to make it out, and they were able to make me out. But we weren't quite able to swap details in the way that would make it count as a proper contact. But it was, it was real progress. I was able to answer their CQ. They were able to respond to me. I didn't get their name. I did get the RST from them. I didn't get their QTH, and I wasn't able. Before I lost the signal, I wasn't able to share all of my information either. But it was a start. So I was encouraged by that. So yeah, it's been a good day, and an interesting day, up and down, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. But yeah, it's been good. So day 3 of the Fluent Morse in 3 months challenge drawing to a close. Cheerio.